What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you are a new timer, then welcome to the channel. I'm happy you guys are here. I'm glad to have you guys here. This is our monthly swing video for the month of December, the last month of the year. Merry Christmas to you guys. It's coming really fast. This year flew by. This is the monthly swing list, and I put these videos out for you guys for free every single month. Now, if you found me through the search, then welcome. If you found me through the playlist, again, thank you. And if you're coming to us from one of the daily watch lists, then again, thank you guys for joining us here again today. This is, like I said, the watch list for December monthly swings. There are a few plays on here. We're going to go through them. We're going to show you possible direction of the way stocks can move in December, which ones you should be looking at to buy if they trigger. Okay? I want to go through a few things before we get started on that. Number one, the platform you see in front of you is TradingView. That's how I chart everything. I have got a link for you guys down below. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to TradingView's subscription-based services. There is a free service. That link gets you a trial to their sub-services for free for 30 days. And then if you decide to go ahead with their sub-services, I use the Pro Plus. If you decide to use it, you get up to $30 off of that subscription. So make sure you guys are checking out that offer and taking advantage of it. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. I also have my own Discord, so make sure you guys check out that as well. There is a link for that as well in the description, and everything that I offer to you guys, whether it's free like this or fee-based, can be found in that Discord. I have a Griswold Gold membership. It's a paid room as part of that Discord. Again, most of it's free. There is a small portion. Those Griswold Gold members get live trading bots. They send out live trades to you throughout the day. They give you a Strat indicator that I've created, all of which can be bought separately or purchased separately. They give you one-on-ones with myself to help you guys even more with what we're looking at here and what we're dealing with, and group chats and top 5 setups, all kinds of other great stuff in there. So make sure you're checking that out. Let's get started on this watch list. There's going to be some ads that roll through, and I'm going to say I appreciate you guys and thank you guys very much for letting those ads roll through, because what those ads do and what those advertisers do is pays for my time to put these videos out, and it pays for your guys' education on this stuff, so to keep it free. So keep your money in your pockets, watch the ads. You don't even have to watch them. Let them roll through, and I thank you for that in advance. Thank you very much. Let's get started on this watch list. The first one I want to look at is Apple. So Apple has an inside bar, and if you followed me for any length of time, you always know I tell people to play the inside bars. So inside bars, or a 1 bar, you notice the yellow, you notice the 1, you notice this time frame. That's all part of the indicator that I created for you guys. Okay, so this inside bar, or this yellow bar, does not break the high, and it does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within that range. It's a tightening range. It's a compacting range. It gets tighter, tighter, tighter. It's squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And when you see that yellow bar, if you have the indicator, when you see that yellow bar, I want you guys to think of a, like I said, a spring being tightened, compacted, loaded, like a jack-in-the-box. And when you release it, you would expect that spring to explode to one direction or the other. And trades are based off of probabilities, guys. So that's what I'm saying. The probability of that happening is very, very high. And all we have to do is go back and look at in time at the previous inside bars. And it's true on all time frames. This inside bar, we had a big break to the downside. And this is on the monthly chart, obviously. Here's another one. And this is why I like to go back in time and show you guys this stuff. Because did we break the inside bar? We broke through the trigger, yes. And that's all it did. And then it reversed. And we didn't see any more. We didn't get anything else out of it. So that's the probability portion of this. It doesn't always work, but the probability of it happening over and over and over again is very high. Here's another one. We triggered, hit targets, and this thing ran for 3, 4, 5 months straight up. Okay, we'll go look at one more and see what it did. Here's another one. Inside bar, we triggered and we hit targets, multiple targets, and it ran again for 1, 2, 3, 4 straight, looks like 5 straight, and maybe a 6th month you got out of it. So probabilities, guys, that's what every strategy that you guys will come across, whether it's this one or something else that you guys are looking at, they're all based off of probability. Okay, the key is to recognize that Yes, this is a high probability setup, but if it goes against us, you need to make sure you guys are cutting your losses, cutting your trades, cut your losers. And you manage your risk, because the best traders in the world, even just the traders that collect the most profit, that seem to have the easiest time, they cut their losers and they move on to the next trade. And that whether that trade ends up running after they cut it or not, the best traders manage their risk the best. Okay, and that's what it is. And it sounds simpler than it is, and it's not simple. It's a lot of emotion, it's a lot of psychology, it's a lot of internal fighting with yourself, saying yes, you need to sell here, but hoping that it's going to go back up, and that's when you start losing on your trades. Okay, so Apple inside bar. The other thing it has is a hammer candle. Hammer candle is an actionable signal, as is an inside bar, as is a shooter candle, or an inverse hammer, where the body's at the bottom with the big long wick to the top. Okay, so 3 actionable signals. We have 2 of them here, a hammer candle and an inside bar. So we're going to look for calls at 155.45, and first targets are just the tops of the wicks, 157, 164. And if I'm taking expiries on this, I would not get 30 days out. I would probably get 45 days out, or 2 months. That's how I would play monthly swings. I do the same thing for weekly swings. I get 2 weeks out. Okay, so a monthly swing, you can get a month out. I'd rather see you get a month and a half. Okay, just to give you a little bit more time. So we can take puts on this as well. If it trends the other way, it might take a little while to get there, but puts can be taken at 134.38 on Apple. Hey, that would be one of my top plays for the month. I would be looking at Apple very strongly. American Airlines. Now, this one's tough because we look for these 2 ups that finish red. We have it, but it's basically a doji candle, and so this could realistically go either way. We could have a 2-2 continuation, or we could have a 2-2 reversal. I'm going to look for the reversal on this thing. If it goes to the upside, great. But we're going to look for puts at $13.20 on American Airlines. BIDU, here's another inside bar. So we talked about these inside bars already. Here was another one. We triggered and we hit targets. Okay, it did its job, but it actually ended up running for 1, 2, 3 straight months. Now, are we going to have a 2-1-2 continuation, or are we going to have that reversal on BIDU back to the upside? Okay, here's another inside bar. We triggered and we hit targets. Here's another inside bar. We triggered and we hit targets. We get those really nice big runs. Here's another one. Trigger, target. Another one. Trigger, not targets, but it hit the target in the 3rd month. But this was still a really, really great trade, guys. And again, we look at the probabilities, and the probabilities tell us that the inside bars are high probability plays to hit triggers and hit targets. So, in saying that, we can look for calls at 109.30. Sorry, 109.88. That's this light blue number on the right-hand side here. And our first target is the top of the preceding wick. Puts at 75.75. And our first target, bottom of the preceding wick. This is the wick. Okay, if you don't know what a candle in a wick is, you should move on to a different YouTube video and then come back to us. Okay, learn what the candlesticks are and the wicks, and then we'll teach you what the numbers of the candlesticks are, okay? CVX up next. CVX, 2 up red. Similar situation to American Airlines, but we're going to look for puts on this at 175.82, and really, really great magnitude to the bottom side. The one thing I would look at is this broadening formation, okay? So we can adjust this slightly. And that one looks good. So we've got lows to highs to lows. This might trend up and then come back down, and we might end up with an outside bar on CVX. Now, I don't know. I'm just I'm not guessing. I'm just saying that's very possible. We should look for this to hit the top of the broadening formation. I don't know if that's going to happen in December. Again, we have this doji candle, so it is very possible that we do trend back to the upside on this. We'll see what happens in the month of December. We'll move on to Dollar Tree. The other thing, so I'm glad Dollar Tree came up here, because when I do the day trade setups with you guys, or even the setups on the 15 or the 5, I always tell you guys to buy market orders, okay? And I only put up trades and tickers that have a tight spread between the bid and the ask because I buy and sell on market. And because I do that, I only want to see a couple penny difference between the bid and the ask. Now, when we come up to a ticker symbol like Dollar Tree, the spreads are much wider. Now, in this example, I would be okay, and I am okay with taking limit orders on the swing trades, on the weeklies, on the monthlies, on the 3 quarterlies, whatever you're looking at. It's okay to get in on a limit order or try get in on a limit order and try and get it filled because you have a much larger time span to get into this trade as opposed to a day trade where you're looking and you may only be in it for 5 or 10 minutes. You don't want to wait for a fill because you're going to lose a lot of profit or potentially lose a lot of profit on it. So I'm okay with you guys taking limit orders on these swing trades. So on this one, we have a 2-up, finished red on Dollar Tree. We're going to look for puts at $143.86, and our first target is, again, the bottom of the preceding wick, and that's 135.41. Move on to EW. That's Edwards Life Sciences. 2 down, finished green, hammer candle. Time frame across the board looks really, really great outside of that quarterly and that yearly. So we can look for calls at 77.25. And it looks like we are trending at the bottom of that broadening formation as we went high to lows to highs, back down to the lows here. So we'll see if we come back to the top off of that hammer candle. We'll see how EW plays out for us in December. The Google machine, 2 down, finished green, hammer candle. Time frame looks fantastic across the board. 101.40. Where are we at here? It's got to be moved up. 101. Why is that doing that? 101.45 is our trigger for the month. And again, first targets are here at 105 on the Google machine. KDP, Keurig Dr. Pepper, inside bar, hammer, candle, time frame outside of the month looks great. So this month is from November. When we open up, if we trigger to the upside, we've got full time frame continuity to the upside. We'll see how this one plays out. Calls at 38.95, puts at 36.20. First target, 39.71 to the top, and first target to the bottom, 35.80. You guys can mark those out if you'd like. That's Keurig Dr. Pepper. Marvel, inside bar on Marvel as well. Great time frame continuity again. And we'll move that target trigger 46.61, first target here. And bottom side, trigger 36.71 for puts. There's our first target. Now again, let's go back quickly and look at what happens here. So this one on Marvel, this inside bar actually ended up going outside bar. So we open, we hit targets, and we reverse to hit an outside bar, which is fine. It did its job off of that month by hitting that first target. Here's another one, inside bar, all the way down. Big move. Okay, I'm glad we're coming into this one because there's 2 things I want to go over here. This one did not have a big run, but guys, there's always a but. Look, trigger, and I'm going to show you what happens. Remember we talked about, and maybe we didn't talk about it on the monthly chart, but I always talk about it on the daily setups. Look, we hit triggers, we hit targets, and it reversed and we never saw it again. I talked about this on the daily video from the December 1st daily video. We broke trigger, we hit target, it reversed. We never saw that target again. So not a lot of meat on the bones. There was only 4 cents there. It hit, it reversed, and it was gone. Okay, so if you didn't take profit on it, you lost. And that's why I say I like to see a little meat on the bones. You could have taken this trade. It wouldn't have been a great trade. Okay, but if you cut your losses, you would have been okay and you could have got in on the next one. Okay, the 2 down, 2 up reversal. Okay, here's another double inside bar. Again, a really good run to the top. Another inside bar, a really good run to the bottom. Here's one we triggered here, but barely, and we reversed. So again, I'm trying to be very transparent with you guys. This stuff doesn't always work. And anybody who tells you they have a 100% working strategy, they're lying. Because every strategy is based off of probability. And you just saw there that some work, some don't, but the majority of the time, they work. Roulette table, guys. You can hit black 10 times in a row. You're going to hit red every once in a while. Okay? It's not always going to work. Marvel. That was, so next up we've got Neo. Neo just had and again, this is not, I don't really base any of my trades off of news very often, but Neo has just announced that they will be coming to the US, which is fantastic news. Inside bar on Neo on the month of November. We can look for calls at $13.27, puts at $10, $9.03. I would expect, now I won't play it until it actually triggers, but I would expect Neo to start having a little bit of a run up here based on that information. But we'll see what happens with this inside bar. This would be on my top 5, guys. I'd be watching Neo like a hawk in December. SLB, 2 up, finish red. Okay, so it only broke the high. Top of a broadening formation. There we go. Higher highs to higher highs to higher highs. And I'm not sure where that lower low tied into. But even if we did this, that's fine. And we could do that, and that's fine. And again, broadening formation, guys, if you don't know them, I would leave them till the end. I didn't really dive into the broadening formations until I was really immersed in this stuff. It probably took me about 8 months before I put myself into a position to learn broadening formations. Maybe 7 months, 6 months, something like that. But they are, outside of the broadening formations, there is nothing subjective. It either is or it isn't. The broadening formations, you can draw a little bit differently. Because realistically, you could have this broadening formation here, or, you know, you could have it to here. So it is somewhat subjective, okay? It just is. But on SLB here, we've got lows to highs to lows to highs to lows. Back up to the highs. We've tagged it. And again, we look at this one. These were drawn here. So we tagged it exactly before it reversed. And that's how broadening formations work. And that's the magic of them. So let's see in December when we open up if we can get this to come back down. We can take triggers at 48.86 and good magnitude down to that bottom side on SLB. Uber, 2 up red, same thing. We'll look for puts at 26.44. XOM, that's ExxonMobil, 2 up red. We can look for puts at 107.48. Fantastic magnitude all the way to that bottom side here. We go into XOP, 2 up red. This is, again, it's oil and gas, guys. It all looks the same. So I'm not saying that oil and gas is coming down in December, but that's what the candlesticks are showing us. It might change. So puts at 145.18. And again, guys, if this stuff is helping you out, please make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. If you have questions, if you have charts that you want to go over, leave them in the comment section below. Okay? And then make sure you're subscribed and hitting that bell so you get the notifications when I send out the other videos. LTHM has a 2 up, finish red. We're at the top of a broadening formation, looking to come down. Puts at 26.09. Again, watch this, guys, here. Watch the magnitude, because we've only got 39 cents, a 39-cent move here. You saw it in the play earlier where we broke down and we came back up and we never saw that target again. So just caution, okay? Caution with those ones. McDonald's, 2 up red on McDonald's. We look for puts at 266.34. Good magnitude to the downside on McD's. And this is one I'm going to put on here for anybody who's got a smaller account, wants to buy common shares on Planet 13. It's a Mary Jane company in the U.S. It's basically like a Costco for that kind of stuff. Calls at 140, puts at 111. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you guys to short on common shares, but if this trends up, it's something you can look at purchasing at $1.40 a share. Practice with your with common shares. And again, if it reverses to the bottom side, you know, you come down to the 50% mark. What are you at? 15-cent loss. Okay, 15-cent loss a share. It's a great way to practice using common shares. Great way to practice the strategy before getting into options, which are a little bit more volatile, obviously, than than common shares. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. There's videos at the end here to help you guys out even more, to immerse yourselves, to actually break down this strategy and how it really works best to our benefits. So thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a fantastic December, fantastic trading month, and we'll see you guys in the new year. Thanks.